Let's see. Go away. Is everything working? Yes, it's on YouTube as well now. I look like I just came out of the coal mine. My face is puffy and everything. Hell yeah. Okay. Okay. 7:15 p.m. After all this. Oh damn. The numbers are so little on the top of my screen, and they glare at me with such intense that I can't just hear their accusations. I'm late for a night out with the girls, yes, but I have a perfectly good excuse. Geez. It looks so real. Considering I don't follow typical office hours, they really can't expect me to be able to just go as I please at 5:30 on the dot. The client is first and foremost my priority. Ghosty, are you still here? Where did Ghosty go? I have to sit tight when my personal assistant, Chris, tells me we have a big one coming up and that I shouldn't miss this one. When I talk, it hurts because there's a thing here, like a fucking zit, and another one is here. Like, what the fuck? It's attacking me. He knows a lot more on the who's who and the what's what when it comes to these socialities, and I trust that judgment call. I really don't have time for rich people, their drama, and their politics. No, it's yeah, I know. I don't know why, but there's two. That PC just turned on by itself. Shut down. Go away. Die. Don't die. This these thought who were born with silver spoon in their mouth and who are used to wagging their silver tongue about. I let him handle the negotiations with them for the most part. Why else would I have hired him? Is Pulside even added here? I'm pretty sure it is, right? It is. So if I do this, it should work. Connecting. Why else would I hire him? But he told me I'd receive a message about an hour ago.
Now, if only he has the full shilling when it comes to the time.
Come on, I have social life too, you know, to an extent. Oh my god. Sort of. Pressing my head against the table, I try to stave off an oncoming headache when the notifications for a new email pops up. And all I'm expecting is a, hey, looks like a good project I found. Go send them a design or something like that. Really, that's how it often goes. Even with this rich jammy clients who heard of me from their equally rich, what is rich jammy friends. I can't expect them to hire me right off the bat. Well, why the face, Ghosty? Why the face? Also, what day is it? Don't tell me it's 17. Oh, on the penthouse, not on the... Yeah, that makes sense. Also. Wait, no. Go away. Journal. What is new there? This is new. I don't know how others ended. It's good or bad. Anyway. Even with this, I read that, which is all well and good and reasonable. We figure out what they want, send them a portfolio, my drafts for their projects, my rates, and hope for the best. I'm guessing it's from, it's a client, anyway, there's a big client, Marianne. I'll babysit Brutal for you. It's a cat. Just please take this one project. I promise. This person is huge in Luxborn. This email and any attachment are intended solely for the use of the addresses. If you are not the intended recipient, they have been sent to you in error. Any unauthorized use of information is strictly prohibited. Why would you mistake? What the hell? Just oh. Is it another one? Forwarded message. Oh, forwarded message. It's I'm right. Yep. Mr. Parker. This is a formal request to secure the service of Marianne McCollum. Hereinafter called the designer, as authorized by Hannah Wright. Why in full caps? What's going on here? Hereinafter called the client for interior design work at Ermengarde Mansion, Luxborn, LX 18 ORF, United Kingdom. There you go. If you had any doubts, Ghosty, it's the United Kingdom. The client hopes you have the designer here on 21st October. Okay, you guys can hear me. I was just making sure. Also, excuse? Why my mic is bouncing? There has to be some problems all the time in it. Noise removal, echo removal. And there you go, it stopped bouncing. No air on my mic. Nice. Thank you. They're going to have the designer there on 21st October. Friday with the time pending. Yeah, I read all that in. Well, oh shit, no, I didn't. But as I open the mail and see that I've been requested by the client specifically, well, I kindly didn't expect that, and it's pretty straightforward too. Anyone else would probably be excited. They would be working with the Hannah Wright. She's just one of those rich socialities that everybody loves to talk about, no matter how hard I try to tune such nonsense out. It would have been enough to make me It would have been enough for me to reply an affirmative to Chris and leave. But he has never pleaded for me to take a project before. I have worked with big personalities in the past, celebrities, bankers, and even a few politicians. My PA had been indifferent about those, so the question bounced about my skull before I spy one of the email's attachments. A newspaper clipping from the Luxport Daily's business news section, boasting the headline: Right Enterprise donates $2.5 million to refuge. God damn! It certainly caused quite a stir back then. Apparently, they had invited businessmen and socialities everywhere in the guise of it being some big business announcement.
$2.5 million and an expensive looking party to boot. These people sure know how to throw their money around.
They do know. Now that I should be so callous, they're going to do a lot of good and help a community of people with all those pounds. I, of all people, shouldn't criticize such acts when there were for sure not. At the very least, I know they're able to pay my rates. With the headline out of the way, however, I found myself staring at the picture that came along with the clipping. Because, wow, here I am expecting a sour old woman in a blazer and skirt. But the woman that was plastered on the front page looked like she's belong on the front page of entertainment section, or even if I am to be cross, I don't know, as the pin-up for a glamour. Okay, I'll be here. I'll be real here. A men's magazine. She sure knows how to rock that dress. Wait. Her hair, her lips. She can't be her. At the same time, she's her, only several years older. She looks just like. No, come on, Mac. That world is full of pretty blondes. It's just a coincidence. What are you talking about? This is so confusing. With a shake of my head, I snap out of it, and it reach out for my phone when it buzzes, nearly falling off my chair in the process. God damn, you dumb. Who else would be on the other line but the very people waiting for me?
Oh, piss. I'm so sorry, Cam. I'm on my way.
That's what I say. Yet I still don't move from my chair, face flustered and heart racing. I can only stare until I can. I could only stare until I can will myself to reply that yes. Oh my god. English is hard, man. I'm expecting the assignment, and it takes even more time for me to just close the image, shut down the computer and leave. Even then, it has already burnt its image into my head. No matter how much I wish it would just disappear. It makes me eager for the alcohol and the company. It makes me eager for anything that can help me forget. It's a good thing that the nearest pub is just a hop, skip, and a jump from here. The Galway Show, as it is called by those who frequented the place, is only decent Irish pub in this country. You can pretty much tell that someone is new if they call it by the official name, the Crawl Bar. My home away from home ever since I moved to Luxembourg. My home away from home ever since I moved to Luxembourg. Well, that is when I'm not coped up in my condo and working anyway. It has good alcohol, good company, and thank God. Uh, and thank God and Saint Cecilia. Don't know what that is. Good music. Crowd favorites like the Broughton Noise, the High Wesleyan Men, and Second Fusion Orchestra are often played. My God, the names. Not to mention the singing. I love singing. Anyone could just break out into a drinking song, and the others in the pub were just wonderful that they would start singing along. Let's sing Linkin Park. I'm doing so while intoxicated is the best of ways to go about it. Hey, it's a win-win as long as I don't puke in the middle of the chorus. And as long as I can get home in one piece at the end of the day. And tonight is karaoke night. Oh, hell yeah. What better time than to try and sing all my worries away. That's what my intoxicated brain tells me.
The ghost of guilt and sorrow remembers who I am, and in the prison of my heart, I was my only slave.
Okay, not bad at all. Let me get some water though. What is my? Also, I should turn this on, but it doesn't make any difference. Though not much. Damn. Well, let me be right back. Where is it? There you go. Boop. I'm getting old. Got what? Yes. Also got a beer. I feel like I should, take a beer if I really want to. It's here. I don't know if I want to drink it or not. It's like I woke up in the morning. I started my stream before freshing up or anything. You know? Good man. That beer would be the first thing. YouTube being weird. What the hell? What do you want? The audio stream's current bitrate 0 is lower than the recommended bitrate. We recommend that you use an audio stream rate at 128. Lower than the recommended bitrate. We recommend that you use an audio stream. Why do I sound like that? Why it sounds like a broken radio? You know what? That's it, I guess. Also, I'm not getting old. I am old. God damn. I'm done with this earth.
The ghost of guilt and sorrow remembers who I am, and in the prison of my heart, I was my only slave.
Hey man, same. Look, zombie, you can hike. and go places. I can't. I think multiple times before I go to the market, okay? There's a difference. But drinking only reminds me of my home. Okay, I'll join you. My God. And I am at my home. Cheers, Marianne. Cheers, guys. Okay, fair point. No. I'm genius, don't worry. I hope I have alerts on this one. Anyway. But drinking only reminds me of my home. And the thought of home makes me think of her.
But in the depths of my cold soul, I'll leave the burden and despair.
We're gonna listen to that whole thing after we're done talking. It makes me nauseous. It sickens me that the smallest reminder of her can cause me such grief.
I'll fight for what's worth fighting for. Forget the fear, forget the rest.
I'm guessing that's the ending. Of course, that might just be the booze. Any other day, I would have scolded myself for drinking so much.
I lied to the Lord.
Oh no, what's wrong?
I lied to myself. I lied to you and everyone I care. Until there were no more lies to tell.
But I already have a client and we'll be having our first little meet and greet in a few days.
Cowardice is easier than being brave. But at last I found the strength I lost to sing my love letter to you.
I hate that it doesn't go with the background music. And it's ruining the song, to be honest. Okay, go back.
'Cause people can lie, but my lone heart beats true.
I want to at least enjoy this night, get over the hangover tomorrow, and return to being a prim and proper professional after.
That song was
okay.
for Cam, our lucky bride to be. So give her a hand, Galway shawl.
Okay. Let's listen to the song properly now.
The ghost of guilt and sorrow remembers who I am, and in the prison of my heart, I was my only slave. But in the depths of my cold soul, I'll leave the burden and despair. I'll fight for what's worth fighting for. Forget the fear, forget the rest. I lied to the Lord, I lied to myself, I lied to you and everyone I care, until there were no more lies to tell. Cowardice is easier than being brave, but at last I found the strength I lost to sing my love letter to you. 'Cause people can lie, but my lone heart beats true. That song was for Cam, our lucky bride to be. So give her a hand, Galway shawl.
Considering the state I'm in, one can excuse my smug grin as cheers and applause rises among the pub's patrons. Good song, yeah, it's not bad. Because possibly off public singing aside, I feel like I'm on the top of the world right now, and that's good reason as any to belt out in front of these strangers. With good drinks and good friends, there's nowhere else I'd rather be tonight. And I forgot for a short while.
And that song was brought to you by Marianne McCullough, everyone! A round of applause!
Marianne got it.
That was so good. You rock, Marianne.
Oh, please stop. You're just saying that.
You know neither of us can hold a tune, Marianne. A toast to our shameless drunk singer. May your drinks forever flow and your notes be ever lovely.
If anyone deserves a toast tonight, that's Cam. Finally sealed the deal after 3 years, eh?
Read 'em and weep, bitches.
Hey. Kamala's diamond engagement ring gleams as she holds it up for all the world to see. She has reasons to be proud. 3 years of living together, and her boyfriend finally asked her the big question. Obviously, she said
Don't
yes.
get too attached to that ring or the one after, sweetie. I was wearing a wedding ring not so long ago, and look at where I am. But enough of me being a downer.
I don't know.
Cheers to a happy engagement!
That name is so Japanese. What the hell? Did I miss one? No. Of course, if something like Haruna's divorce were to happen, I'd be there for Cam. Just as Cam had been there for me, acting more than just my yoga instructor. I can't be happier for my friend right now.
Cheers!
Cheers.
We both will be there for Cam, won't we? Haruna and I. Who is Cam and who is Haruna? Is this Cam? Who got the ring? Oh shit, yeah. So this is Haruna. Got it. Haruna, it's been a real bad year for her, even since her divorce. She's such a nice person, even loaning me money to open a studio, and she didn't deserve what her husband had pulled. I'm happy she's smiling again and hanging out. But what does that mean? Like she used to. I think we all missed our Japanese firecracker here. She is Japanese, goddamn. Yoga class. Something I had joined to keep myself in shape. And, well, honestly, so that I could make friends when I had moved to Luxbourne. Clearly it worked like a charm. And it definitely didn't have anything to do with the fact that I bought along my lucky D20 tie with me on that first day. What the heck? Can't sound more like a nerd right there. No, sir. I love these girls so much.
What about you, Marianne? You're 30 years old and you still haven't got yourself a man.
Damn, Marianne. 30 years old, no man.
And you guys know I have a very busy schedule. I don't have time for that.
Oh, come on. That's a lame excuse and you know it.
What is the Japanese accent, huh?
You need a man who'll take care of you and you need it now. Maybe some hunk who'll be your house hubby while you rake in the dough.
I'm quite capable of taking care of myself. Who needs a Mr. Right?
Hey, look at me. I'm Marion McCullough, a lawful neutral cleric with 9 points in wisdom and 8 in charisma, but I can't get myself a date.
I mentioned druid and demon once. Yeah, she's into that fucking Dungeons and Dragons. Once they don't even know the rules or understand what that numbers mean. And I certainly am not some sort of holy person. I'm a far cry from a miracle worker. And I barely have willpower to fight off demons, especially my own.
Actually, maybe she isn't looking for a Mr. Right, but a Mrs. Right. Oh, my Marianne, we still love you even if you're in the closet.
That would explain some things. Haruna, you don't have a ring anymore. Maybe you two can be together and I don't have to worry about my best girls being alone.
Oh my god, for the homie.
What are you on about? There's nothing to explain.
The more I deny, the louder they tease until the other people in the pub start to watch. It doesn't help at all when Herna drapes her arm over my shoulder and leans in.
Will I be all yours then? Will you be making me feel like a woman?
What is going on? I know they're just kidding around, but this doesn't make me comfortable in the slightest. So when Kamala notices my silence and Haruna sees the expression on my face, they stop. And when the awkward air settles over us, the rest of the pub goes back to whatever they were doing before the whole thing ever happened. They probably won't even remember it when they wake up, just wake up with massive hangover anyway.
Sorry.
Me too.
Hey, no hard feelings, right?
Where is my glass? They smile. We drink. There is no need to say anymore. We all definitely far too drunk tonight. I wish I was there. Eventually, the fun times end. It's a weekend after all. And with Aruna being a nurse, she still has a get ready for her next shift. Her being a nurse, she still has to get ready for her next shift. Isn't she drunk? Cam also has a loving fiance waiting for her at home, and really didn't have to make a fuss about having left some buns in the oven when she took off early. Really, I understand. I was the one who insisted, was determined to get pissed drunk anyway. Moving to the bar, I sit alone at last. Alone with a stranger. Oh my God. I haven't seen him here before. Obviously not a regular. He hasn't said word. Just sits there savoring his drink. With his whiskey served neat, one in one hand and a lighter in the other. It doesn't seem like he's noticed me yet, and maybe I should go before he does look my way. Because he has a pretty and he was blonde. And those two things plus alcohol never did me any good. Oh my God. I thought too late. Judging by the way he flushed face and the dazzled look in his eyes, he's as pissed drunk as I am. But whereas I feel like kneeling over, he looks like he's still ready to take the catwalk by storm. Really, he just has the air of one of those men who think they own the world.
Hello there, sexy. Please don't
Oh my
stand
God.
up on my account. I already like what I see.
Whiskey, what the fuck?
Fancy a drink? It'll be on me.
But then again, I might be pleasantly surprised if he proves me wrong.
Want some between the sheets? Sex on the beach? I'm talking cocktails, of course.
That change, what chance? What? But it doesn't matter. We both know how to play this game. And there are two different ways for tonight to end. One thing or another is going to happen. The question is, what do I want to do?
Oh no, that's fine. I'd rather order some blue balls or some AMF if you don't mind.
Looks like he about to say some witty retort, but stops himself and downs the rest of his whiskey. I order a mint julep. He gets out the whiskey. And we start the customary small talk. Of course, the saying, ask me no question, and I'll tell you no lies, goes without saying. We asked nothing about each other, offering a falsehood to embellish a strenuous, fake connection between two strangers at a pub, if only to pass the time. Whiskey, as I have come to call him, I'm supposedly 21 years old, single, takes care of his sick mother and a manager of some sort. Manager of what? I didn't care to listen to the details. Meanwhile, Mint, as he has come to call me, is turning 9 and I'm... What did I say? I was, again... Oh yes, I told him that I was professional chocolate taster. Because fuck it, if I'm going to lie about what my job is, my ass will make it fun. It's a pretty decent chat between two pretty drunk strangers. And maybe it's just me, but we might as fucking well expend the tiniest amount of effort in pretending there is something meaningful in this evening. In this meeting. Oh my god, can't read. Would have been nice too if it was just left at that. But during a lull in the conversation, he brings it up.
You know, I've never been with a woman taller than me.
She's taller than you, bro. That sucks in it. Kidding. I did think he might have been different from the rest.
Never have and never will, whiskey. Can we go back to the history of chocolates? Did you know that chocolate candy was introduced in 19th century England as a healthier alternative to alcohol?
What? How is chocolate replacing alcohol? What is this thing? What are they talking about? It's probably some bullshit. So Lucy was the most beautiful woman in of her time. She had men come from 4 corners of the world just to see the pure light of her exquisite green eyes. If she were so lucky anyway.
No,
Excuse
enough
me.
of the history lesson. Come on, Mint. You know and I know what you came here for.
My god. People should feel dry after talking to this guy. No, not every suitor was gallant, and she was no fool. She had known that sooner or later she shouldn't be able to defend her chastity.
Come on. There must be something that gets you going.
She had taken out a knife and gouged out her own eyes.
There is something, but I don't think you can handle it.
Impressed with her devotion, God restored her eyes and made them more beautiful than before. He has a peculiar sense of humor, hasn't he? Because that only meant suitors kept going after Lucy, and she kept her eyes in a chalice to scare them away.
Oh, I'm pretty sure I can handle whatever it is.
Said Lucy, help me. Help me turn away from sin. Help me with my own
My
blindness.
place isn't too far from here. I won't take care of you if it ends up being too much for you. And no one will be able to hear you if you try to scream. You sure you want to go down that road, pretty boy?
Wouldn't have it any other way.
And they did naughty things. Whoops. Didn't mean to do that. It's 18. The best thing about having my condo so close to the pub is the ease. Is the ease of access. As long as I can still stand and walk, I can make it home. Maybe I need help from kind neighbors or two to help me with the last leg if I've really gone overboard with on the alcohol. Excuse me. But I always make it home. Sometimes with company. Because that always comes with complications, especially with the real clingy ones. But it isn't anything. But it isn't anything a good tip about stalkers to the building security can fix. I'm always nervous though, even if this isn't the first time I've done this. The first few minutes when we enter the room are the first few agonizing minutes where I try not to panic. Okay, Mac. So far so good. Don't let him smell your fear under all the liquid courage. I thought it's gonna be don't let him smell your feet. I'm like, what? I'm glad it's not that. He'll leave sooner or later, and I'll never have to see him again, just like every other man before him. I like to say to myself that men I brought to my place were more scared than I was. Yet there is no fear when I look into Whiskey's eyes, only delight. When he starts, oh my god, I really hope it's not gonna make me read weird stuff. When he starts touching me, I don't even hesitate. When I push him against the door, roughness is to be expected. And as long as he sticks to the script, everything will go smoothly. Glad I got the fucking beer. You have a little tumble in the sheet. He'll leave. We'll forget about this. If somebody asked what I really wanted, I would have told them that I wanted a bed of roses, chocolate, and music. Maybe in an Irish castle. But all I really want is her. And that's never going to be a reality. Does she likes like an anime character or what? What is going on? That was my fault. Yeah, she likes someone that she met when she was younger, I guess. Because I was afraid. Because I was a coward. They would never hold a candle up to her. She was the light of my life. And I had let her go. I can't even be bothered at the thought of her. Just the single thought of her makes my resolve to see this affair to water.
Wait.
What is it now?
Yes, what is it now? Let's go, Marianne. To sex or not to sex? This is wrong.
We're both drunk.
And
This is wrong. Don't you think it's a bit fucked up that we're about to have sex and we're just calling each other by the drinks that we had? How messed up are we?
Doll, shut up with the ethics and morality talk. It is seriously putting me out of the mood.
If you want to leave now, Whiskey, I understand. I mean, with how smashed you are, it'd probably be best for you to sleep the night unless you want to be mugged. But I won't stop you. And this isn't going to happen.
Bloody hell.
Dinner to the night of sexual congress. Of course, he's annoyed at me for putting off a night of sexual congress. But moments know. And beyond spewing a few profanities under his breath, he apparently simmered down soon enough. I was worried for a moment that he might try to force something. Instead, he makes a show of fixing his suit, smoothing down his hair, before making himself comfortable on the nearest seat he could find.
What are you doing then? You have a guest in your home. Put the damn kettle on. Dandelion tea if you have it. But I suppose all you have are those shitty tea bags from the store.
If this isn't for the absurdity of this turn of events, I would have flipped him off for thinking I have no taste. But in the end, I just laugh. All I got are cans of Korean ginseng and lemon balm, though. No dandelion. Without a second thought, I do with the tea. There is 3 minutes to get the kettle to a boil. 3 minutes where we say nothing to each other. I mean, what do you even say to the guy I was going to sleep with until I changed my mind? Doubt he's in a mood to talk about the influence of Troyes on Mallory. Oh my god. It seemed unusual by the time we both seated on my bed with mugs of tea in hand.
Just so you know, whatever is going on right now is a lot stranger and fucked up than the one night stand.
We are two messed up individuals by your logic.
Everything is messed up, if you ask me. War, terrorism, famine, poverty, loved ones and loved lost. Oh, this whole world is a cesspool.
This guy is so weird. The dead air is chilling when it fills the room once more. One would think that this is the perfect time to burst to spoil about whatever issues that made us fucked up person that we are today. And it is. But I guess some part of me would rather not put the weight of my problems on somebody else's shoulder. Excuse me. It wouldn't be fair to leave that to a person when I don't even know if we'll ever see each other again. Sooner rather than later, we both pass out on my bed. Mugs left forgotten on the floor. Oh, I thought there's gonna be more, but okay, cool. Morning. When I wake up, whiskey's already gone. A bottle of painkillers and a note on the table, the only evidence that I wasn't alone last night. I don't even question where these are from or just how he knew my real name. I'm just grateful for something to help with the hangover. Might as well. I have a job to do. And then she meets us. Hannah, right? Oh my god, look right. It isn't often that I think about drinking on the job. And after meeting with the rights yesterday really makes me want to break my self-imposed rule. Because first off, fucking damn whiskey was fucking damn Mr. Right. And the top of it all, oh, this is after meeting them, okay. There was a time gap. And to top it all off, they had somehow forgotten to inform me that they didn't own the Emerald mansion yet when they hired me. What sort of person does that?
Rich people.
I can do nothing but twiddle my thumbs at this. However, twiddling my thumb and wait for the go signal. It's not like I can accept other small projects. This is a big job and I should be ready to start on it at any time. Not to mention that my PA practically begged me to be patient and wait this out. It was a hard decision to agree, but I did so in the end. Besides, I'm doing this for the Emerald Mansion, not for anyone or anything or anyone else. I'll have a headache whatever I do anyway. I'll go to the pub again, but seeing what happened a few days ago, I'd rather not end up in bed with another potential client. Okay. And it might be a huge leap in logic, but library is the next best thing after the pub. I have to go there anyway. I need more books for Dad. Plus, I also need to return the ones I borrowed last time. Finding a new book to read for myself while I have nothing to do isn't such a bad idea either. So on Saturday morning, I found myself going to the only library in Luxbourne to hopefully cool off. Oh yeah. After returning an Erzuli, and a poetry book by Henry of, oh my god, Poetbrady. I asked the librarian about the several titles on my list, though I don't have much luck on that front. Dialogue with Death has already, that sounds cool, already been snatched, and she bluntly said that she's not did not keep mathematical universe for someone who didn't return books on time. I make headway at least when I ask about Siege and Rendition of Hannah by Jacobo di Pezuela. Oh, names, bro. If you count her snarling and pointing at the history section as headed, that is, I didn't read that right in it. If you can count her snarling and pointed at the history section as headway, that is, yeah. The history section is devoid of any other except for myself and a redhead. Redhead. Isabella? Though I'd wager, I guess that's redheads just passing by to get to the classical literature section. So many books, so many time. Scanning the books and seeing so many wonderful titles gives me a great pleasure. And that's when I spy.
Hello, sailor. Why don't you come to Mama?
History of Luxbourne Architecture. It's not the naval battle book I was going for. No, it's even better. It's newly acquired History of Luxbourne Architecture, first edition too. I know, I just have to get it. I have been watching to get my hands on books for so long. The fact that there is only one copy proves to be a problem, though. When Red reaches out for it the same time as I do.
I think I had this first, miss.
Oh, I see who's Red. Ow. My lips. They're broken. Glazing my lips with beer. What a good idea. Also, not this camera. This camera now. It's called Red Original. Yeah. I mean, she saw her and like, oh, that's what she did with him as well. Like whiskey, because he was drinking whiskey. I think she saw her head and like, oh, that's Red. No, because she doesn't know her name yet. It's Rebecca. I think I had this first, miss. I can only stare her down when she's refused to let go of the book. I think to let go of it as well. Refusing to let go of it as well. I raised a bro at her in the hopes that the fact that I was significantly taller than her would intimidate the girl. She is not too far with. Even then, she refused with a rebellious look.
This isn't exactly light reading, miss. I mean, do you even know which architect was at the forefront of 18th century Irish architecture?
A beat. She blinks, and I can't help the smirk on my face. She's wiped out when she opens her mouth.
Edward Lovett Pearce, who established the Palladian style through his work with Castletown House and the Irish Houses of Parliament.
I get that, but I'd call her Lemon Lamel. Why lemon?
This bridge was destroyed in this year to delay French troops while under the regency of Mary of Guise.
Not the French again. Excuse me. This is not what I was expecting. Let's be honest, how many people would know these history facts? Aside from me, anyway. Her face looks sour. Oh my god.
Going right to the obscure ones, aren't you? Easy enough. Tullybody Old Bridge in Clackmannanshire, Scotland, on the January of 1560, if we want to be specific.
Suddenly, it's a game where we throw these history questions and facts at each other back and forth. in hushed tone unless we want to be thrown out of the library. After a while, it goes from some strange competition into this strange but friendly banter. If it could be if it could be called that. Well, as fun as it is, the exchange soon slows down until we are grinning at how odd this whole scene is. Is this a posh people version of a dictionary contest? I guess so. Oh.
Marianne McCulloch, my desire for potatoes doesn't quite match what the stereotypes suggest.
Rebecca Gales, the Scots' supposed hatred for the English wasn't enough to stop me from teaching their little spawns.
Oh my god. Why would you hate English if you're Scottish? What? By then we had forgotten about our little tug of war. Although she still holds the bird in her hands. I had to let go of it without realizing when she answered my first question.
History teacher, then?
Don't ask.
Got it in one.
No wonder you gave me a run for my money. Now, if we're talking about architecture, I'd blow you out of the water. You're from where? Luxburn Uni?
Oh no, just St. Goretti's.
Encourages, okay. Ah, yes, encouraging. You'd think a school would choose a more appropriate saint to name themselves after, especially when they have the very young students.
And I'm guessing you're an architect, if you're so confident about the subject.
Interior designer, Miss Gales.
Please, just call me Rebecca. You aren't one of my students, are you?
Marianne, then.
I could have said that I was in architecture, but there's no point in explaining why I wasn't one anymore.
So, I've never seen you before. I'd like to think I've met every history aficionado in town.
I blame the rock I've been hiding under, of course. That, and I'm usually only here on the weekdays if time allows. Work often has me meeting clients on the weekends.
That must be interesting work.
It allows for some creative freedom, sure. But it's like working with children sometimes. Though you probably have it harder working with actual children. The hardest part is convincing them that your idea is their idea.
That sounds exciting.
It is!
But isn't that true
She
for
does
any
that as well.
workplace, though? We just cross our fingers and hope there aren't any man-children in charge of important things. Any big projects right now? I can't imagine that interior designing is a frequent thing.
I'm working on the Ermengarde mansion. Lucky me. That mansion. Intach. Wonderful. Breathtaking. I can't wait to start in it.
Okay.
Now that is beautiful architecture.
A pause. It looks like she wants to say something at the mention of the house. I'm not surprised that place is suddenly popular with the locals, especially with the urban legend attached to it. The next second, though, she seems to think bare of it and drops what she's about to say.
So, do you have a portfolio or anything I can take a look at? I'd love to see your designs. Maybe you have some on a tablet. I've met some designers before, and they're always going crazy over these virtual room apps or another.
A tablet? Please. Callicrates didn't need those silly iTabs when he built the Parthenon. I certainly don't need one to design a house.
The computer back at my place is all I have. Why should I buy such expensive gadget that will just get outdated within a year? When what I have is just functional, just as functional. The traditional way ways had a far more personal touch, in my opinion. Not to mention, those smartphones are always tools of procrastination. Don't tell me you don't have a phone or a smartphone. I can't even count on one hand the number of people I have seen going outside only to have their eyes glued to the things and fuck touchscreens. What? They're evil things that make typing that should have been a simple task harder. My God, the pretentious conversation these people have. You are. What's wrong with
I
the
do have an
conversation?
online portfolio if you'd like. I can.
Speaking or thinking of the devil seems to have summoned it, because before I can even carry on, Rebecca's attention wanders as she pulls out her phone. For I can assume it's a call. She gives me an apologetic look before she's standing up and excusing herself. Off further into the aisle she goes for some privacy. I do my best to give it to her as well, trying to tune her out.
Well, is something wrong? Lunch at the coffee house? Sure, I can make it. I'm not too far. I can be there in 10.
Isabella called, but with how quiet the surrounding is, she can't blame me if I overheard snippets of her conversation. When she returns with the sheepish look on her face, I know that our friendly chat has to be cut short.
Sorry, I have to go and meet with some friends.
It's fine. Totally fine. No need to even apologize.
About the book.
Her embarrassment increases twofold when she realizes she's still holding on the history of Luxborn architecture. I don't give her time to think about it as I put a hand and shake my head, fishing out a pen and paper from my bag along with one of my business cards. I hand them over to her.
You know, I'm busy with work, so I might not even be able to take a peek at it anytime soon. You can go ahead and have it. But you'll have to ring me up when you're returning it just so I can snag it right away. Deal?
She makes a quick her work, penning a number down and handing it back to me with a grin.
Deal. Just message me during school hours, of course. You have a good day then.
You too.
With Rebecca gone, I'm left alone standing in the history section. Although my original plans were simply sit down and read a good book, a little pop quiz, if you could call it that, made the time pass by without any of us even realizing it. It was fun, and I do believe I made a new friend. Good job, Marianne. Even with the even with the talk of lunch, I don't feel like grabbing a bite to eat. There are still other books to be read here, and I'm hoping to find something that will help me while I work with the rights. Oh my God. Something like How to Deal with Arseholes Professionally 101, just in case. I've dealt with a lot of uppity, snooty, and rich clients before, but it's still better to be safe than sorry. Because Luke Wright just takes the fucking cake, and he probably manages to eat it too. It seems the world is conspiring to keep me from my me time as my mobile vibrates in my pocket the moment I find myself from the shelves of classic literature section.
Marianne McCulloch, Charlie Rose Design speaking.
Oh shit. Oh, not Rose. Oh.
Rose Cooper here, Miss McCullough. I hope I didn't catch you at a bad time or anything. But I just wanted to check in and tell you that we've got the clear to hand over the documents. Madam Wright told us that we should forward the floor plans to you.
Already, how did they go through the process so fast? Surely there is so many red tape to even acquire the form of The transferring of rights. No matter how rich the rights are, it shouldn't be this quick, right?
So, if I can just have your email, I'll be sending them your way.
I'd actually like a physical copy of the floor plans.
Oh, I suppose that's fine. I'm not at the office right now, but I can inform Miss Santos of your request.
I'll make sure to drop by the office after lunch if that's fine.
Not a problem. Right. Well, cheers.
Right. Cheers.
Is that how you end calls, zombie? Cheers. No more beer. I'm sad. Nope. That is so funny though. Oh, bro. Damn. It's sad that your grandma died. Yeah. Okay. Well, talk to you later. Cheers. Oh, your grandma died. Okay. Cheers. Bye. I'll catch you later. Normally. I see. I guess I just say bye or see ya. Have a good one. Just like I end my stream, it's the same way. Yeah, have a good one. I don't know. I just don't. Is it some sort of... I just forgot about my heart rate monitor. Shit, what the fuck? Connecting. Is it connecting? It's not connected, don't lie to me. No. Why the emote? What did I do? Connecting to my band. Anyway, I'll let it connecting. If it works, it works. If it doesn't, then there's some sort of deeper miscommunication when I was last met. When we last met. These things take time. It's been what, a day? Isn't that even? There isn't even a point in trying to make sense of these people who seems to be larger than life. As it looks like I'm on the clock starting today, as might as well eat. Grabbing some fish and chips from one of the street food stalls, I find a table to spend time with a copy of Marquis de Sades, The Crime of Love. Since Rebecca left with the book I wanted. I've read this one before, along with the rest of his work. This would be the 18th time, in fact. What the fuck? It's like me watching my favorite movie. Oh, damn. I look sad. It's always nice to read through it again when I don't have time to enjoy something new. Besides, when you're dealing with people so filthy rich that they just end up plain filthy, you need the good old Marquis sound advice.
La blessure se trouvant sans aucune sorte de conséquence.
Just don't let me read stuff like this. Thank you very much. The wound being without any consequences. The wound being without any consequences. Of course, it's a folly to think that things have no consequences when everything actually does. BRC, Briar Realty Corporation, Luxmont branches isn't too far from the city center. It's just a few blocks away and I can easily eat and walk. I'd rather use this time to rest before I go into a flurry of activity. No doubt there'll be so much to do once we get hands-on with the mansion.
Still a lot better than working on another condo, at least.
It is. Sure, no matter how much BRC and the old owners put into the restoration and preservation of the place, any big repairs would be superficial at most. I'm quite certain that in their haste to sell the property, they did a rush job. It isn't an infrequent thing to do, despite how it is frowned upon. There's a lot of hidden issues that I will need to weed out, and I have to make sure I'll find every single one of them, especially the most serious damages. Structural integrity is definitely on the top of the list we will have to consider. The building might look sturdy, but is centuries old. That alone will likely pose a few problems here and there. Put limitations on what we can do. Besides, despite how much I detest these rich snobs, they can pay rather handsomely. So as long as I do an excellent job and I do more than necessary, those two things always make me sure the referrals keep coming. I don't even have to hunt down projects for myself. When I do go to the BRC office, I can't help but stop and stare when I enter the building. With the lunch hour closing, employees should have been back already. If they still aren't filtering through the doors, I get that it's Saturday, but that people probably feel tired and lazy to be working on a weekend, but they're still on the clock and not bumming about wasting company's time on extended lunch breaks and cigarette sessions. The office is spacious as it is with these big corporations. Each person is given their little space of what's usually a 2 by 2 meter cubicle. Is 2 by 2 meter enough? It's small to me. There's a lot more empty chairs than there are actual people working at their desks. I'm sorry, I just keep thinking about 2 by 2 meters. It reminds me far too much of my last day at Purioskova projects during the massive layoffs due to the Irish economic crisis. But it isn't just that though. Everything is quiet as the grave. It's as if their people are merely ghosts. Speaking of the ghost, Santos comes into the door looking as she's seen one. She looks at me, wide eyes like a deer caught in the headlight, ready to bolt at any moment. I ask out of concern, but I feel it's not my position to do so. What if it's something personal? I'd simply be overstepping my boundaries. Really, it's none of my
I
business.
presume that Miss Cooper told you why I'm here, Miss Santos.
Huh? Oh, yeah. Sorry, I just got back from lunch, you know? But it won't take too long. Don't worry.
Of course it won't.
What happened?
This whole project has established itself to be a matter done in haste.
Is it the day? This is the day that this happened. So it's on 22nd. No one died on 22nd. Cooper died. Miss Cooper died on 23rd night. Huh. I think it's after this. That's why. Okay.
I do hope it doesn't mean that people are being careless in their duties.
She flinches and looks like she doesn't quite know how to respond to them. Thankfully, instead of opening her mouth, she leads the way towards her station and goes to fetch the floor plans. It won't take too long, as she said, but it does take a bit. Time spent to compose herself, most likely.
No, we usually just email these things.
I prefer the real thing.
I fell asleep. I had a terrible nightmare. What did you see, Gucci? Also, drink a lot of water. Are you drinking water? What's going on? Huh? What did you see? What nightmare? Give us answers now. I think I have a bad tummy. I think I have a bad tummy big. Oh, demon snap. Okay. But you would know. You probably have your nose stuck in the front of a smartphone when you're not working, and even when you should be working, playing those mindless, addictive games. Shut the fuck up. I definitely wish Krish would stop playing that bat cat thingy during work hours here.
I know what you mean. Digital painting is nice, but nothing beats the smell of real paint. Not that I go and smell paint like a crazy person, but you know, the real thing is different.
What?
Yes, nothing is quite like the real thing.
Yeah, that's not working. The heart rate monitor isn't working today. I'm done with it. Thing, goddamn, not. Yeah, I'm not gonna try much. Okay. Also, I realized I never put this back up. Checking the full plan, I see that I have a lot. I have a lot going for me. Okay, this is ground floor, first floor, and second floor. Ah, the attic doors are from here. Like stairs, not from here. Interesting. Okay, this is the ballroom. Oh shit, that's so cool. You get in and you can go directly to the ballroom. It's a foyer. Dining, parlor. This is very nicely done. This is the kitchen. These are the restrooms. I hope this is another restroom for the quarters. And you can go outside from there as well. There's a hall and basement. There's a music room, gallery. And if you go up, there's hallway. These are so big. What? Master's bedroom. Quarters. I like this. I want something like this. My bedroom and my own quarters where I can chill by myself. You know, although I live in a house by myself. But anyway, balcony. Just your attic. Where is this? This, like, you know, if you have servants, maybe their rooms, I guess. I don't know. Like, for rich people at old times. Conference room. That's nice. Theater. Very nice. Another one. For other people, I guess. Or no, I don't know. Study room. Okay. And there is bathroom here. There is bathroom. Wait. Oh, sorry. Master's. Bathroom. Cool. Why was I here? There's bathroom for quarters as well. It's nice. Very nice. I very much like this. Very much like this. I should try to make this on Sim someday. If I download it again someday. Maybe. Maybe not. Probably not. Yeah, the floor plans. I see that I have a lot going for me. Now I know why Ray felt when he found the Central Park West building floor plans from that one movie. This is why I became an architect in the first place. Jacobean style at its finest. It's a thing of beauty. Look at these gorgeous rooms. The delicate harmony between empty spaces. And speaking of empty spaces, there's something rather odd about these
I
ones.
feel a bit silly saying it out loud because I've never lived in a big house, let alone a mansion. But during the tour, I had the distinct impression that the rooms were bigger. Maybe the scale is wrong? It's not much of a problem, and it is an old house.
There had been little details here and there that I would have liked to address during the open house too, but it was all forgotten in the wake of Miss Santos's incident and the trouble with ownership. The wine cellar is going to be a problem. It's not on the map though. I shudder to think that the sort of repairs they did to the place. There might have been things that were swept under the rug, pushed to the dark corners of the room and hidden away in barrels. War damage could have been covered up. There had been floods due to heavy rain in West England just last year. After all, and if there is any sort of damage to the house's foundation, that's going to be a lot of work. I was not able to look at the attic as well. For all I know, a whole family of vermin could have made their nest there. Working with pest control is always the worst. The sheer size of this place is staggering. Even if I did just say it was a lot smaller than I thought, I might be biting off more than I can chew. But who doesn't like a good challenge? And first thing first, I have to. Wait. There you go. Okay. First thing, so I have to.
So, do
There you
you
go.
want a coffee? The one from the staff room is pretty decent.
Hell yeah, give me
There's
coffee.
really no need. I'm sure
Oh.
you have rules against it.
Rules against bringing someone coffee? That's ridiculous. And even if there were regulations against it, nobody's really here to tell Sir John. I've already brought 2 mugs, and I'm not going to drink them on my own. Come on.
I have to stand up my nose. I'm being distracted. Seeing the girl, the young woman though, it looks like she has a lot on her mind. If babbling is a way of dealing with stray thoughts, I'm not really the one she should be babbling to. How should I respond? Do you have something to say? I give her time to speak up, but then she just stares. I clear my throat.
Yes? You have something to say?
An embarrassment creeps up on her face. I snatch one of the coffee from her and take a sip. Too hot.
Just thinking and speaking off the record, it must be fun what you do. You go to people's houses and you make them, well, pretty. You're sharing your art with them.
It's a little bit more complex than that.
I mean, of course, it's not like you're drawing on a page with crayons. I don't even have beer. Trying to fish for drops. I mean, yeah, it's not that you're just crayon drawing and giving it to them. Of course, it's gonna be complex.
But if you put it that way, it is fun. I wouldn't have done it for 7 years if it wasn't a little bit fun, I guess.
These big clients always have paintings in their homes. Do you have a supplier for art pieces?
Yes, I expect to hear such questions from her, seeing how well she handled herself yesterday. I didn't doubt that. Then why she's assigned to an important sale like an immigrant mansion, despite all the little incidents she had. Now she looks too young, too nervous, and unsure of herself. Although her enthusiasm must make up for that I spayed. In fact, I wouldn't have believed it if she had introduced herself the way she's at the moment. Why watching her now? She actually looks like she should still be in college. Acts a bit like it too when I think about it. I thought she was a teen slumming it out in the mansion when I first saw her there lying on the ground. Surprise, surprise, she turned out to be one of those estate agents handling the property. I don't even know what to make of the whole meltdown that happened with the strange document. If I were the client, I would have been very upset. She'd be in hot waters for now.
The
For
clients
it.
usually support artists of their own choice. If they don't, I'm always happy to refer those that I know.
That's cool.
They're very picky. I don't think a hobbyist will have an easy time getting their work sold.
Hey, I'll have you know I was a student of the fine arts.
And yet, here you are, selling property. Maybe you weren't a very fine student of the arts.
Maybe I took that a bit too far. She bites cheek and it looks like she's barely holding herself
It's not
back.
like I had a choice.
She mutters it under her breath. I barely even hear it, but the hurt is there, and it makes one wonder what brought it on. Although it is understandable if her reason, what I think it is, very few people make it big in the art world. I can see why she'd be upset about it with the enthusiasm. I didn't have a choice when I left Ireland. It was that our years of unemployment, the recession, and the toll it took in the construction. Oh my god. Construction industry was out of anyone's control. I don't know what choice she wasn't able to make, whether it was about her being at the art school or something else. It was her family. The world isn't a fair place, and sooner she accepts it, the better. Still, with that forlorn look on her face, I can't help but sigh. The girl reminds me far too much of myself when I was younger. Okay. Sorry.
Well, if you're thinking of commissioning your paintings, I'll have to see your work first.
Oh, it's not. I didn't mean it like that. I don't have any paintings.
Really? You sounded a lot like you still did art or want to.
She wants to, yeah?
Now I'm starting to worry that you might just like the smell of paint.
I'm not a paint huffer, sheesh. I just mean I don't make much anymore. I don't really have the time for it. The tools and materials aren't exactly cheap either.
Everything has a price. It sounds like you're making excuses for something you're presumably passionate about. If you really want to practice art, a little out of your wallet isn't much.
It's not that simple.
It's not. Life's simple. People just like to make it complex. Speaking off the record, I have some advice for you, kid.
Yeah, just drop your family. You know, disappear on them. It's gonna be simple.
Either go for what you want, or stop thinking about it when you have something else. That is unless you enjoy making yourself miserable, then by all means.
You know, if you wanted to look at the floor plans without me bothering you, you could have just said so.
Would you have left me alone?
We'll never know now, will we?
A strange air settles in the room afterwards. It doesn't help that she doesn't immediately leave us, as she said, lingering awkwardly by the door with a downcast expression. It's clear that more she means to say, perhaps even to defend herself and her choices in life. or she's expecting me to dish out more of that advice. It's an awkward affair, and I choose to hightail out of the realty office as soon as I can. Now, I'm able to keep myself professional at all times does not mean I like it. I think that most of the day has already gone by before I realized it. I choose to head back to my flat instead. Despite today being a Saturday. No fun, but at least this way I can definitely avoid another unpleasant encounter. Considering how much I'll be seeing whiskey in the near foreseeable future, I have a feeling I'll need all the rest the weekend can give me. For the first time in a long while, excited as I am to work on the mansion, I cannot wait to be over and done with this project. My God. Yes, please. 34th. 34th. Let me see real quick. It was 22nd. You slept for a whole day? What happened? Floor plan. 23rd, you did nothing. And she died. 24th is when you should know what happened. Isabella is a plus? With Rebecca, nothing? You guys had such a good time and there is nothing? Luke with plus? She likes that how he talks and shit, I guess. Ew. My God. Luke is the most cringiest guy I've ever seen. Monday couldn't come any sooner. I was thinking the plan for Miss Santos a day before the Lost. I spent most of my Sunday drawing up plans and calling in my suppliers. Although no design choice have been made yet, I'm quite sure that they want high-end appliances, most expensive materials, and most pretentious everything. They usually did these rich types based on experience, at least. Given how badly the whole thing started, it wouldn't hurt to be prepared. I have to check myself, make sure I'm not playing with my gloves as one of the other building tenants take the elevator up with me. It makes me self-conscious when the woman's eyes go over me, and I'm sure she was going to point out some perceived flaw in my physical appearance. But I'm safe from being paranoid when they went off a few floors later. Still, the ride up to my floor is nerve-wracking. The Wrights lived at the very top, the penthouse. The cream de la cream when it comes to their condominium and urban living. Just getting access to the place is an ordeal of its own. I had to jump so many hoops, so many security checks just to secure a key card. Not only because of the building management, but because of the Wright's personal security. It sometimes feels like I'm being interrogated for a crime and not visiting a client at their home. Even when their personal assistant called in to help out and verify my presence, the process is aggravated rather than hastened. Speak of the devil. My God. Oh, my German guy. The elevator door open and I'm greeted by none other than Whiskey's not so little lackey.
I do apologize if I kept Mr. and Mrs. Wright waiting. But I'm here now and I'm ready, so if I may, where are they?
They've just woken up, but they should be down soon. I'm surprised to see you made it through security, and only 5 minutes late.
You said I'd be through security soon, and it took half an hour. Define soon in this context.
I'd make myself comfortable if I were you. I'm going to go and put the kettle on.
About the tea, I don't want to intrude or anything.
The sir does not like being woken up by the whistling. But who am I to deny tea to a guest?
He shows me to the couch before drifting off towards the kitchen, quietly pulling out a teapot, cups, and all sort of other things in preparation for tea. I ignored the animosity towards his employer that his words implied. I wouldn't be too surprised if Whiskey's own people don't like him. Accepting the quiet and isolation instead, I embrace myself for what's to come. In this case, soon apparently means more than 5 minutes or even 10. I sit in their living room just waiting. And when the kettle starts whistling, the tea has been served. I continue to wait. I'm so tired right now. At least the silence is relaxing. But then there's a crash. I nearly spilled tea all over my lap in surprise, and I look up expecting security to come down running. Even the man at the kitchen counter continues to fix breakfast like he's heard nothing. I don't want to speak up about it because he looks far too absorbed in his cooking, and I don't want to be cause of burnt food or worse. God damn, however, there's something in me that I just want to figure out that was, although I'm normally not this nosy. What should I do then? Check it out. The crash came from the hallway and I really shouldn't be snooping around. But it's just concern, yeah. Concern that I just need to check it out. Taking a glance at the butler, I consider sneaking off,
Excuse me, but where's the loo?
He barely looks at my way, pointing a spatula towards the hallway. It's a good excuse as any. If I'm caught lingering longer than I should, I could just excuse myself and say that I wasn't sure which door lead to where. Still looking into the hallway reveals nothing. I don't see anything that might have caused the crash, but it's at a radio on the ground. The hallway, like the rest of the place, is in pristine condition. Oh, there are several doors for not only toilet but also presumably for their butler and the other members of the staff. As I stand there, however, something feels definitely out of place. One of the doors, the nearest within my reach, stands ajar, and from inside a light flickers incessantly. It could be simply by the light bulb that needs replacing. The thorough in a place so well taken care of seems off. I think that maybe this is where the crash came from. Inside, I can spy a radio lying on the floor. This hasn't been long. I'm just tired today. Yeah, I'm just tired. A spy radio. That's probably it, right? Maybe one of the help in a hurry get out of the room, knocked over it in the process. If that's it, I should really leave it alone. As I turn to leave, it sounds static, fills the air, and man standing by interrupts the silence.
7 in the morning, students found a 5th year dead.
Why am I still standing here?
Students were fallen from her dormitory window.
This is familiar, doesn't it?
Authorities are investigating the possibility of foul play.
Like I've heard it before.
Reporting from St. Samthins, Shane McLaughlin of Galway Bay, AM.
Shane McLaughlin. Did her brother or someone did that shit? What? I was looking if I got scared because that definitely got me. I I was looking at my replay kinda because there's a delay on the stream, right? Oh my god. Oh, I recoil backing away from whatever that was. I want to see it again.
What the?
Change to this automatically, unfortunately. I think so. I recoil backing away from whatever that was. In the process, I tipped backwards on my feet and I went for the pain of falling flat on my back, on my arse. Then instead, I feel a hand on my back and see the slump smile of, well, guess who?
Oh, don't tell me you're reporting to work drunk, Mint.
Of course, I know exactly who the voice belongs to. Does this have to be him?
Marianne McCullough, hammered on the job. That would be something.
But
Wouldn't dream of it, Whiskey. You're allowed to be if you wanted, though it's a bit early for it. So thanks for the save.
really, it is much appreciated. Even though the circumstances during our first meeting were not savory or wholesome, I can't bring myself to completely look at Mr. Riot in a bad light. I think I'm out of it after all.
It's no trouble at all. I've been told I have a gift for catching pretty ladies, being a great catch myself.
Oh my god, he's cringe. He's so cringe. Help.
Is that so? Would you say you'll be able to catch if another man were to pitch?
Perhaps, but I wouldn't know. I don't play baseball, Mint.
Right. Of course you don't.
Can't help but chuckle at my little joke. It looks like it completely went over his head. If he's had understood it, I guess it would have been inappropriate. He's my client after all. Speaking of which, where's Mr. Right? Whatever little camaraderie I had with whiskey is forgotten. Camaraderie. However, I stand up and glance behind him to only find that he's on his own. Miss Wright is still absent. I still remember my place and why I'm here. To continue in such manner with her husband would feel like a breach of trust between my client and I.
Since you are here, I don't suppose Mrs. Wright is on her way down? It is 10:30 after all.
She'll be down here in a moment. For now, you have me.
Mrs. Wright has problem of sleeping too long.
Can't I just chat with a good friend?
No.
I don't think a night where we talk like two drunk Egypts makes us good friends. And if you have any bit of sense, it's better to forget that night ever happened.
What? Why not? It was a good night, if a bit boring.
You know exactly why. We both know what your intentions were that night. And to find out that you're married? If there's even an ounce of decency in you, if you'd like the world to be a little less messed up, you'll remember your wife and what you almost did to your Mrs. Wright.
It's better to get that out of the way once and for all.
Well, no need to be such a killjoy about it.
Shut the fuck up, bitch. The dead air between us, because it can't be anything else but that, is broken as a lightly voice calls out from the loft.
I hope I haven't kept you waiting too long. I know we agreed we'd start at 10 o'clock, but mornings just simply do not agree with me. Not one bit. It's been like this since I've been in university.
It's 5 minutes. 5 minutes to 11 o'clock. Is high inclined she'll like to be fashionably late. I'm used to it though. Much like how I'm used to so many years of hearing people mispronounce my name. Marianne. Marianne. Isn't it same house or so? Besides, berating or correcting my client would be extremely impolite. And Marianne doesn't sound too bad when she says it. To be fair, it doesn't seem like she's late on
I see
purpose.
you're up, darling. You know, you could have woken me up as well. Were you showing Marianne around? Not that there's much to see. This place is so tiny compared to the mansion.
I would love this place. I don't know what you guys are talking about. Big ass sofa with TV. There were drinks nearby. Look at that ceiling so high. Love it. I might throw away that painting though. I'm more worried about the way she stares at me, judging such a look. It doesn't suit her pretty face at all. Just seeing Mrs. Wright reminds me of too much of her. And maybe I'm starting to see her again when I shouldn't. I should have left it all behind, forgotten it. Do you think she would be looking at me that way? I can just feel my hands trembling.
Oh yes, just showing her around and getting to know each other. Isn't that right, Marianne?
Yes, of course. And your butler was making breakfast a while ago. So if you want to get right to that.
Breakfast would be lovely.
There's no denying the client when they invite me over to the table. Though it's too personal to share a meal in their home, it would be terribly rude to deny their invitation. Besides, the pancake did look and smell heavenly. A bowl of clotted cream, fruits, syrups, jams, and other spread are laid out next to them, making for a colorful arrangement. If this was a bunch with friends brunch. Oh. If this was a brunch with friends, I would have gladly helped myself to the whole lot. But as it is, I accepted just a few pieces of pancake and topped it off with lemon and sugar.
You know, I was a tiny bit serious when I said I wanted a helipad.
And you're not serious about the greenhouse, the vineyard, and the stables.
I can't sit straight. It's like I'm doing this always. I can't do it the other way. It's like only this way. I don't know what's going on. I'm getting scoliosis. Oh. Trying to bend myself the other way.
Well, I do want those too, but I know you'll agree to those.
We're talking about interiors here, honey. You don't handle exterior designs, and whatever handles those sorts of projects do you, Marianne?
I'm able, actually, and willing to take a project of that nature. I was an architect in Ireland before. Of course, that's another contract entirely. I also suggest we finish the house itself before working on any additions to the rest of the property. There won't be any problems about ownership this time, will there? Pardon if I'm crossing a line, but the acquisition was rather quick.
Oh, don't you worry. We've got everything sorted this time around. I've talked to Miss Cooper and Mr. John from BRC, as well as the old owners. Everything has been paid in full, and all we're waiting for is the paperwork from the land registry. They're letting us move in as soon as we please. It's not like they were living there in the first place.
That's good to hear. The problems that could arise from renovating another person's home would be... well, let's not dwell on it. First off, we'll want to know how you want the place to look. It's pretty furnished as is, but I understand if you want to modernize the whole thing.
Actually, I'd prefer to keep the place looking as it is, but at the same time, I want modern appliances. You worked on the Ludgate's Christchurch summer residence. I do remember there being an oven I thought was a simple drawer before. Make them look vintage, antique, blend in with the rest of the decor.
Customize appliances then. I can't find someone for that, and if you can't tell me what you specifically want, it'll hasten up the process. We're talking about electronic appliance manufacturers. If you have a preferred brand to work with.
Splendid! So, what is next on our agenda? All the other interior designers we've hired in the past did not have us this involved.
Stop. What sort of half-baked designer did that? If I knew they were, I would have words. This isn't the time or place for it. However, instead, I use this brief pause to pull out the floor plans that bother
We'll have
me.
to figure out what you want to do with the rooms. Here, we can have a quick run through.
What is that little room next to the master's bedroom?
Balcony, quarters. What you talking about?
Oh, as far as I could tell when I saw it, it's a second bedroom of sorts.
What you talking about? What is the second bedroom? The attic?
Used, apparently, for the ladies in waiting who has served Lady Charlotte Ermengarde, which is strange, as that isn't the norm for these sorts of houses.
Well, we're not stuffing Johans in there. He won't fit. You don't suppose we could turn it into a walk-in closet and a dressing room?
Yeah, they're talking about the attic.
I love fashion, but do we really need to turn an entire room into a walk-in closet, dear? We'll have large closets and a wardrobe in the bedroom already.
Says the one who takes 3/5 of our closet. Well, what do you suggest we do with it?
I thought a utility room of some sort would be nice. A craft room where I can do fun things. Or maybe a children's room might be nice. You know, for when Kylie comes over. Or if Rochelle visits once she's had a baby.
Oh, these are gonna be the stream rooms, the streamer room. Computer is gonna be here. This is the background with lots of place. You can put a green screen at the end or close to it, maybe here. So you can go behind the green screen if you need the access to the door. Perfect. What is it? What is it, Christy? What's up? I might stop streaming real soon, by the way.
One,
Just,
you
know.
are not inviting that witch. And two,
I'm tired.
there's a whole mansion for Kylie to play in. We don't need a children's room, and you don't even do arts and crafts.
Oh, I know. That's why you should take a rest, drink a lot of water. You're vomiting and stuff, right? I understand that. And pooping. I read the chat, don't worry.
I'd like to turn the guest's room and the study into my personal office, by the way, if you don't mind.
You can turn it into a personal office if I can have my utility room. It's just the one room of the many. I'm taking that room for myself, no matter what you say, dearie. So you might as well take this deal. You're always out doing business anyway.
You need help with? Gilsey?
The real problem is the theater. Whatever are we going to do with all that space?
Fine, we could turn it into our own personal cinema, I suppose. Might as well have it, if you plan on not having a telly in the parlor.
Bro, there is a theater. Put a fucking... a drop... projector screen. There you go. And I put a projector in the middle and boom. It's a cinema.
Yes, well, I don't want guests to be glued to the telly when they come over for a meal and some tea.
Make sure you put the projector on the ceiling. Boom. Let's see. When you visit me, okay? And you only try when you like eat actual Indian food, start eating actual Indian food, vomit and poop in, it's gonna happen. You like it? I'm not. There's I don't know. Let's go to the telly.
By
Oh,
the
okay.
looks of things, we can keep the rooms as what they are on the ground floor, though. The ballroom would be perfect for parties.
Do we really need a dining hall, though? I don't suppose we can't convert it into a garage.
A garage here? What kind of dumb rich person is this?
What for? You can park your cars outside.
Why would you want a garage in middle of your kitchen and the foyer? How does it make sense? This dumb bitch.
What about that room, right there, in the northwest corner?
What is?
That's sleeping quarters for the household help?
Oh.
Oh, that is perfect! Johans will be glad if we have other staff members who stayed in. It'd be convenient so they don't have to make the trip from Luxbourne to the mansion when they're needed.
You'll definitely need a lot more people to maintain a property of this size.
The mansion is really a lot bigger than I thought. Look at all these rooms. I didn't even know there was a music room next to the parlor because of what happened.
Music room? Oh, shit.
There was a grand piano in there too, when we checked during the tour.
Did you hear that, Luke? Maybe you can take up playing the piano again. Oh, you should have seen him when we were younger, Marianne.
It's not like I was very good with the thing.
Oh, hush you. You were no Mozart, but I loved hearing you play nonetheless. He'd come over to my home and he'd play such fun tunes.
I'm gonna have to.
He'd sing too, and I'd dance, and it was just.
I'm gonna head to sleep, dude. Enjoy the rest of your stream. Yeah, I'll head to sleep real quick. So yeah, you have a good night, zombie. Thanks for watching. Thanks for being here. Good night. Mr. Wright's playing the piano. I can't imagine it, but the earnest way in which Mrs. Wright said so told otherwise.
Anyway, what do you think of these plans, Marianne?
Are we not even going to consider one of my requests? Not even just a closet or just a garage? Now, that isn't fair, is it? You're not the only one who's going to be living here.
I hardly see how that's unfair. I told you you're getting your office and your theater, the greenhouse, the vineyard, and the stables. That sounds fair, does it not, Marianne?
It is fair. Sorry, it is fair. Allah. Miss Roy was at a point though. I really didn't want to butt into spat of a husband and wife. But with the way that you are looking at me to settle this, I might as well keep to the facts instead of giving opinions.
Mr. Wright, your plan isn't quite feasible from an architectural perspective. I'm not even sure how much we can do without closer inspection. Well, the one about the garage, at least. A walk-in closet is easy enough, but the garage?
See, a garage isn't architecturally feasible, and it isn't going to be financially sound as well. We're already going to spend a lot on your other requests. You have several acres of land to park on already.
What? Did you calculate that on the fly? Financially sound my foot. You're probably just thinking up of imaginary numbers.
Might I remind you that I was a financial manager? I also looked over and approved the expenses of our other houses. I know masters in business administration, major in accounting. Sometimes I think you forget that I'm not as dumb as I act. Might I remind you that I was a financial manager? I also looked over and approved the expenses of our other houses. I know the rough cost of these things by now, love.
That catches my attention more than anything. It sounds more unbelievable than Whiskey playing the piano. It really didn't seem like that type.
Business administration and accounting? What university?
Lux upon you, of course. Go Lux Dragons, red and gold.
Excuse me, how about we move on this chit-chat ahead and do whatever else needs to be done sometime today? I had to cancel my appointments for this, you know. We might as well do a proper inspection with the designer this time, just to get it out of the way.
Yes, no time like the present. You want a thorough inspection? Might as well do it now. We actually took another look at the property yesterday, though it was brief. But I'm sure you would want to see it yourself, to spot anything we might have missed.
How these guys are not getting the news that the girl died? What the fuck is going on? It's not like I have much of a choice, do I? Okay, I'm gonna end this here. Oh my god, I sleep now. I sleep. I'm not feeling well. Oh god. You guys have a good time. Have a good night. I have to wake up and fix my stream thing. So probably gonna stream in weird times. I don't know what I'm gonna do, but I'll do stuff. Go see. I'll message you, don't worry. But what I'm saying is I have to fix my stream, so I'll be streaming at weird times, I guess. Just to check, like test streams and stuff. And thank you for joining. Thank you for watching. Thank you, Go See, for being here. I'll see you guys on the flip side. That's probably the cringiest cringiest line I ever said. But before we go, we're gonna go to the gallery and the CGs, and we're gonna see this. Look at her. Anyway, this one. Goodbye. I forget what camera I'm working with. Let me see the finding camera thing. Let me see me looking for the camera. Come on, Pono. There. Okay. Bye-bye. Keep up. How do I stop this?